Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
All right. Morning,
Good afternoon, sir.
yeah. Morning, have I given any number to the last point?
Sir.
11 given. Okay. What is the 11th point? Can somebody read?
Put a focus on any tangent lies on the tangent at the vertex.
So we proved one method. We have to discuss another
Yes,
proof.
sir.
Okay. So 11th one, method 2. Okay, this is a parabola. This is the axis. Draw any tangent. This. Okay. Put a focus on any tangent. This is a comma 0. Take this point as 80 square comma 280. Equation of tangent is x minus ty plus 80 square equal to 0. Put up a point on a line you find. Let us see what happens. If they say take this point as h comma k. H minus a by 1, k minus 0 by minus t equal to minus of a comma 0, put it, you will get a plus 0 plus 80 square by 1 square plus t square. That is h minus a, k by minus t, and a plus 80 square, and this minus a. So you got h is equal to 0, k equal to 80. H comma k, which is equal to 0 comma 80, lies on tangent vertex. Okay, so just take general tangent. You can take y equal to mx plus a by m or x minus ty plus 80 square equal to 0. Find foot of tangent on that, and that point is coming x coordinate 0. It has to lie on that. Method 3, I want to try it based on the previous explanation. If there is a focal chord and we'll draw tangents. This is 90, this is also 90, and we have to draw like this. These two are congruent, these two are congruent. You can join like this, you can join like this. This point and this point, both of them will lie on tangent vertex. And this is the axis. Okay. Let's say this is P, this is Q, this is S, this is M, and this is N, and this is some L. I want to prove that this point is on this vertical line. I think it's very easy. This point and this point, this is midpoint of these two, this is midpoint of these two, they should be parallel. Yeah. Okay, see, hope all of you are there. How many participants? 67. Please turn on your videos. Sachinarna, Chandani, Shushma. Lot of people, please turn on your videos. Seventh Reddy. Nitin Tarak. Suraj, morning also your video was off. Not a time. Suraj Sanka. Parshit Reddy. Okay, so we are discussing the 11th point, method 1 we wrote in the morning. Put a focus on any tangent lies on tangent at vertex. Okay, so it is a tangent, and put a focus on that. That point should lie on this tangent at vertex. So I took a comma 0 as a focus. took the tangent equation, general tangent, find foot of this on this by the foot formula h minus x1 by a, k minus y1 by b equal to minus of ax1 plus by1 plus c by a square plus b square based on the formula. Substituting this point here, this is minus of a minus 0 plus 80 square. Okay, from that I got 0 comma 80 and the x coordinate is 0, so it lies on tangent vertex. Okay, look at this. In the earlier when we proved that this chord subtend 90 degrees and all, I said SLP triangle and LMP triangle are back-to-back reflection with respect to this tangent. Am I right? And similarly, LSQ triangle and LNQ triangle are mirror image of each other with respect to LQ line. So S and N are image of each other. S and M are image of each other. So we have a point here and we have a point here. Now, is this midpoint of S and M? Yes or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Similarly, this point is midpoint of these two. And this vertex is at midpoint of this point and this point of the directrix?
Yes, sir.
Yes. If this is midpoint in a triangle, this line should be parallel to this. It should be tangent at vertex because parallel to directrix and passing through vertex. Okay, you can say that way also. So I should give some names here. This is M, this is N. So I'll call this as M dash. This particular point, I'll try to draw a little bigger figure later on. Okay, I'll call it as N dash. Sorry, this is a very small figure. I should have drawn bigger figure. This is N dash and this M dash. M and vertex is V. Okay. Maybe right now I'll draw bigger. I'm arranging this method too.
Sir, can I switch off my video? It is coming that your network bandwidth is low.
Okay. So if your video is off, it will not come, huh?
Yes, sir. Now it is not coming.
Okay. Generally, when we draw a parabola with a free hand, most likely it is not a parabola. Because when you try to, fit all the properties, it doesn't fit. Am I correct or wrong?
Yes, sir.
This should be 90, this should be 90, this should be 90, this should be axis, this is the directrix, this length and this length should be same. And draw like this, these two are mirror image of each other. And you draw like this, these two are mirror image of each other. Okay, this is P, this is Q, this is S, this is N, this is N, this is L, this is V. This is the tangent vertex passing through this and this, which is M dash. This is N dash. Okay. So M dash is the midpoint of MS. Okay. N dash is midpoint of NS. N dash is a midpoint of NS. Next, V, I should give some name here. This is a D, I'll call it. V is midpoint of DS. Okay. So in a triangle, if you take midpoint of two sides, when you join them, it will be parallel third side and even half of third side. Okay. Okay. So M dash V or V and dash. Okay. M dash V and dash, that line will be parallel to directrix. Is parallel to directrix. Line M dash is parallel to directrix. So it is tangent at vertex. tangent at vertex. Okay. So you can draw this figure and write this explanation. We have seen that these two are image of each other with respect to this. Their midpoint is this point, which is midpoint of this side. These two are image of each other with respect to this tangent. And if you take midpoint of these two, it is this point. And this point is midpoint of these two. So this line, this piece is parallel to this piece is parallel to this. Can I say in this figure angle MSN is 90 degrees? MSN.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
No, sir.
because it is because see these two tangents are they perpendicular?
Yes, sir.
This is perpendicular to this tangent. This is perpendicular to this tangent. If these two are perpendicular, their perpendicular lines are also should be perpendicular. So this is a rectangle actually. This part. Okay, one last property is there with that I want to stop. This is method 3 by the way, for 11th one. Okay, can I erase this whole thing? Later on, after all this is over, somebody try to draw one figure and all the properties in one figure only. Try to see it. Okay. It may be sometimes confusing, but you can get a better idea. Okay, can I erase this or anybody needs more time? Okay, nobody needs. Completed. Okay, good. Okay, last property. Circle with focus and any point on parabola as ends of diameter such as directrix. Circle with focus excuse me, and any point on parabola as ends of diameter touches directrix. You take this and any point, draw circle this as ends of diameter. It will touch this line at some point. Okay, let us see if somebody wants to prove this. Anyone want to give some idea how to prove this?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, we can find the distance between PS now, sir.
Yes, correct.
And distance between midpoint of the PS and that line is equals to the half of the distance between PS. Sir.
Yes. From center perpendicular equal to radius. You want to prove that. Okay, that's good. Okay, method 1. Let P is equal to 80 square comma 280. Then we have this SP is equal to 80 square plus C. Okay. Then radius will be SP by 2, which is 80 square plus A by 2. Next, center C. C, which is equal to midpoint of S. Midpoint of SP is A plus 80 square by 2 comma 0 plus 280 by 2, which is A plus 80 square by 2 comma 80. Okay. So now from this, what is the distance to y-axis? From C, perpendicular distance to y-axis is equal to x coordinate only, which is equal to A plus 80 square by 2. And A plus 80 square by 2 is exactly SP by 2, and which is also radius. From center, perpendicular distance equal to radius means the circle is touching the tangent at vertex. Right? That's true. Is it okay?
Sir, in the second line you wrote directrix.
Oh, sorry. Touches tangent at vertex. Thank you. Figure I wrote correct here. Okay, sorry about that. Circle with focus and any point on parabola is ends of diameter touches tangent at vertex. Sorry, I wrote figure correct. There I go. So we know ends of diameter. From that, midpoint will give center, and half of that by 2 will give radius. From that, you find perpendicular to y-axis, which is tangent at vertex, will get equal to radius. Okay, I'm erasing this whole thing.
So 1 minute.
Okay. At the 2 is almost similar. Angle SM dash P is 90 degrees. So that means M dash is a point on the circle, and M dash comma C have same y coordinate. So tangent at vertex is perpendicular to radius CM dash at C at M dash. M dash and C have same y coordinate means M dash is parallel to x axis. Okay, so another method is I wanted to find the length. In the previous question, we proved that if you draw tangent and find foot of focus 0,80, that lie on tangent vertex, and we know this angle is 90, right? That means on this circle, this point will be there, sure. But whether touching there or not, we don't know. This is one of the points. But when I join to the center, I proved this is horizontal, this is vertical, because these two are same y coordinate. So if something is perpendicular to radius at the end of the radius, it should be tangent only. So we can prove that way also. So it is tangent at vertex is tangent to circle. Okay, is it okay? Method 2, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Some people are still videos are off. Please turn on your videos. Can I erase this whole thing? Anybody needs more time?
Sir, 1 minute. Sir.
Okay. Those are completed. Next time, what I'm going to draw a little bigger parabola with all these properties I want to show in one figure only. So those are interested, you try on your notebook with a pencil. Okay. Sometimes you may not get perfect, but it will give you some better idea. Or it may create some confusion, and it's good. Okay, if I wanted, I would have written method 3. I don't need it. What is that? Without finding this point, maybe I'll just write it. What is that? Circle with S comma P as ends of diameter is x minus 0, sorry, x minus a into x minus 80 square plus y minus 0 into y minus 280 equal to 0. That is x square plus y square minus a plus 80 square into x minus 280y, and the constant there is not there, and here a square t square. You can see f square equal to c. What is f square here? Minus at whole square, which is a square t square, which is equal to c. If f square equal to c, that circle touches y-axis, right? Okay, so circle touches y-axis. You can see that also. Okay. Somehow I want to do everything by geometry, so these are all by coordinate geometry. Okay, if you want to do by geometry, I'll tell you very easily. See, this is S, this is P, this midpoint I'm calling it C. Okay, put of P on the directrix somewhere here is M. You know this point and this point and this point are collinear, and these two are mirror image of each other with respect to this. We proved it, right? Now, this is midpoint of this side, this is midpoint of this side. Then can I say this length is half of this length?
Yes, sir.
And if this is half of this length, this is same as SP. So I proved this is equal to half of this. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So then also you can say some center perpendicular is equal to radius if you want to prove. If you call this as C, you can say CP is equal to half of PM, not CP, sorry, CM dash. And that is half of SP, which is equal to radius. Okay, if you want to conduct method for this much. Just from the basic definition, nothing much. Nitin, is it clear? Method 3 and method 4? Okay. Dinesh Chandru, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dinesh Chandru, you tried advanced material?
Only few questions, sir.
Only few questions are left or only few questions tried?
I tried only few, sir.
I expected more from you.
Previous year I completed almost. Only some are remaining from previous year.
Past year mains. Okay. Okay, can I erase this whole thing? Okay. You try to draw one figure containing all these properties. I will also try to draw. Okay, I want to draw bigger figure, but it's okay. Okay, see, this is S, this is P, this is M, this is Q, this is N, this is some L on the directrix, this is vertex V, this is M dash, the small point is N dash. Okay, what are the different things that we studied? You take any point on the directrix, the two tangents drawn to parabola are perpendicular. So that is this one and this one, this angle is 90. Next, you take any point on the directrix, put off that point on its own part of contact is focus itself. That is this angle is 90, this angle is 90. Next, portion of the tangent between point of contact and directrix subtend 90 degrees at the focus. That is also same as this. This is also 90 and this is 90. Similarly, this tangent will subtend 90 here. This is also 90. That is also 90. Next, if you take a circle with these two as ends of diameter, okay, that circle will touch directrix here. Okay. If you take S and P as ends of diameter, that will touch the tangent at vertex at this point. This is also 90. What is that? Put of focus on any tangent lies on tangent vertex. Put of focus on any tangent lies on tangent at vertex. This point and this point is also 90. If you take these two as ends of diameter, that circle also will pass like this. And I think this circle and this big circle will touch internally at this point. You know why? For them, center is this only diameter, na? For all of them, the diameter is along this, right? Okay. So take these two as ends of diameter. That circle will pass through this point. If I take these two as ends of diameter, that circle will touch tangent at vertex here. Okay. You can see nicely in this big circle, these are two small circles. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And they themselves are touching here. Let's focus. Okay. So this circle with the focus and one end of that is any point on the parabola is ends of diameter touching the tangent at vertex. This circle with these two as ends of diameter touching here. Okay. And the circle with these two as ends of diameter touching the directrix here. I think we can see that most of the properties are covered here. But one thing, one may say whenever it is coming 90, the circle is passing through these two is touching there also it is happening, but not everywhere. Let us say one thing. You know this angle is 90, right? What is that? Portion of the tangent between point of contact and directrix will subtend 90 degrees. I don't think this L and P as ends of diameter when you take, it will touch x-axis. It will pass through S, but it will pass through some other point also, I think. Okay. If I take this as 80 square comma 280, what is this point? What is the equation of tangent? X minus ty plus 80 square equal to 0, where it meets directrix is minus a comma. When x is minus a, what is y if I put it? Ty, 80 square minus a by t. Okay. So if these two as ends of diameter is touching this and this center should have same x coordinate. But no, this is a comma 0, whereas this is 80 square minus a by 2. So the midpoint of these two is not above this. So it is not happening there. Mithun, is it clear? It's not just because of 90, it is touching. Because here also this angle is 90, but the circle with these two ends of diameter is not, it's passing through focus, but not touching x-axis at the focus. It is some circle like this and passing through some other point also. Okay, not required for you to write. I just want to explore about that. X plus a into x minus 80 square plus y minus 280 into y minus 80 square minus a by 2 equal to 0. Is it always passing through a comma 0? If I put a here and 0 here, this is 2a. If I put A here and 0 here, central tangent is x minus 2 is correct. X is minus A. Value x square minus A by 2. That's correct. So x plus A into x minus A square. 8 into y minus this. Is it possible A comma 0? I'm checking. X is A also. This is 2A into A minus 8 square. Where 0 means minus 2A into minus 8 square minus 1 by t. Are these two same and opposite sign? Yes, this is 2A answer, that is plus, and this is reverse sign, so it is common. But it is intersecting x-axis at one more point. How to know what is that? Put only y equal to 0. I'll get some of the roots from this as A minus 8 square. No, 8 square minus A is some of the roots. So one root is A, other root is 8 square minus 2A. Okay, that's not a fixed point. It's okay, not a problem. Okay, if possible, I'll see. Hemant, are you there in the class? Hemant Karthikeya?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if possible, I'll try to make up a question where all these equations I'll give you. If I get time. You put in the Desmos and all of them together, one figure it will give, na?
Yes, sir. If you plot like differently, like if we keep all the equations as one day, it will give, sir, with different colors.
So I can give you 10 equations. You can type all of them. It will give all of them in one place, right?
Yes, sir, with different colors.
Okay. So I'll try to make up the numbers and try to get this circle equation, this circle equation, this circle, and we'll try to put it so that we'll get perfect figure. Okay. Then I'll send you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. I want to ask a question. Let us see if somebody can answer this. Okay. This is a rotated parabola like this. Okay. It is not in the form of y square equal to 4ax. Vertex is not origin. Its axis is not parallel to x-axis. Both translated and rotated and all that. Okay. This equation is 5x minus 7y plus 1000 equal to 0. This equation, tangent at vertex, is 7x plus 5y plus root over 2021 equal to 0. And the length of lattice rectum is equal to some 20 units. So for parabola, I'm giving you three things. I'm giving you axis, I'm giving you tangent at vertex, and I'm also giving you length of lattice rectum. I want you to find equation of parabola. Don't have to write this, just think about it and tell me the method. You don't have to tell the answer also, you have to just tell me the process or method.
Sir, what's that?
For a parabola, I'm giving three things. Axis equation, tangent at vertex equation, length of lattice rectum, that number. Okay. I want you to find equation of the parabola. Either you find and tell me the answer, or tell me the process of how to find the equation of the parabola.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, find the point of intersection of the two lines, sir. It is vertex, no, sir?
Yes, correct.
Sir, we know the length of the lattice rectum, no, sir? 1
Yeah.
by 4, the length of the lattice rectum is A, sir.
Yes, correct.
We know A, and we can find the focus.
We can find the focus. Okay.
X equals to x1 plus r cos theta and y equals to y1 plus r sin
Yeah,
theta.
using parametric form. So you are saying focus is somewhere here. This is 20 means this will be 5. First of all, find this point by solving these two. And then, slope of this, come that with x-axis is making alpha, alpha. So you will use x1 plus r cos alpha, y1 plus r sin alpha, substitute r as 5, alpha from this, and x1, y1 is from this. You will get the focus. Okay, fine. Okay, focus we got. Next.
Sir, we know focus, no, sir.
Yes.
We can find directrix.
How will you find directrix?
Sir, parallel to
Sir,
the
we know the slope of the line tangent at vertex, no, sir.
Yes.
We know the distance between focus to that line, no, sir. And we
Yes.
can find directrix.
Yeah, directrix is this side at a distance a. This distance is a. We know a. Parallel to this, we can find directrix. Yeah. We know focus and directrix. We'll get the answer. That's good. Anybody want to add anything? Or tell something different? Okay. I would have given these questions, equations convenient, but purposely I gave so that it is not so convenient to do it. Even this point itself will come very complicated, right?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Purposely I gave constants little big or odd. Okay. And then, of course, here also it should given 20. I would have given some root 95 or something like that. I would have given. Okay. It will come, but the answer doesn't look no nice. Okay. I have one method where directly in one step I'll write the answer without writing anything. Directly answer for this question without all that finding vertex, finding focus, finding directrix, and all that. Okay, shall I tell that method today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Sir, can you give any hints, sir?
Some questions I cannot give hint because directly if I give hint, answer is over. That's all. One step answer will come. There's no okay. There's not that after some steps answer will come. Directly answer will come. Okay, first of all, you realize this process is very big, right? That means easy to say, but to do it will take some time.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, I thought somebody will say we can use translation and rotation of axis. What is this? We can rotate it, make it parallel to x-axis, and move this to origin, find the answer, and again translate it, again rotate it, you will get the answer. Like that also you can do it, right?
Sir, but it is very big process than this, sir.
Yeah, that is also lengthy process. This is also lengthy process. I'm not telling the other one. I'm going to tell something else. Okay. Let me ask you one thing. You forget about whatever you learnt in first year and second year, everything. All right. Just based on your little bit of 10th class knowledge, just not even 10th class knowledge, forget about it. I just started coordinate system. Okay. I just started coordinate system. I told a point can be represented. This length is x, this length is y. We call it as x comma y if it is in first quadrant, and maybe a little bit of section formula and all that. Okay. Now, when I tell there is a curve, okay, where it is y power 4 is equal to some 20x. When I say y power 4 equal to 20x, equation is this. What can you conclude? How will you try to understand this equation from the figure?
Sir, it is passing through the origin, sir.
That's okay. Yes.
It is symmetric about x-axis.
Okay. Because I replace y with minus y, it's symmetrical, correct. If I take any point as x comma y, this distance is x and this distance is y, right?
Yes, sir.
So how can I understand this in terms of these distances?
Sir,
Hmm. Can
The
I say?
distance between the point to the x-axis whole power 4 equals to 20 into distance between the point to y-axis.
Yes, you are right. This curve can be defined as locus of a point from which the perpendicular distance to x-axis whole power 4 is 20 times perpendicular distance to y-axis. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, if I take a parabola y square equal to 4ax based on what I told, how can I understand?
Distance between the point to the x-axis whole square equals
Okay.
to.
You take any point, find perpendicular distance to axis of the parabola. The square of that is 4a, length of lattice rectum, into distance to this line, which is tangent at vertex. Am I correct or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the same way, can you say for this parabola also take any point? This perpendicular distance square, like this distance whole square, should be length of lattice rectum into this distance or not?
Yes, sir.
That's it, we got the answer. Take this point as x comma y. What is the distance to axis? 5x minus 7y plus 1000 by root over 5 square plus 7 square whole square equal to 20 into perpendicular distance to this line, 7x plus 5 plus root 2000 to 21 by root over 7 square plus 5 square. That's all. That is the answer. Over. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So by the other method is complicated. So now tell me, is there anything in between I should tell, or directly I can tell the answer?
Directly.
Okay. Are you able to relate to this, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anyway, this is our climax of parabola. So I'm going to give you new definition of parabola. New definition of parabola. Okay. From any point on parabola, perpendicular distance to axis whole square is equal to length of lattice rectum into perpendicular distance to tangent at vertex. Okay. If you want, you can even draw a regular parabola and say this distance is x, this is y, and you can even write y whole square is equal to 4a into x. Y means distance to axis, 4a is length of lattice rectum, x means distance to tangent vertex. Okay, write this, then we'll do one or two questions based on this. Nitin, is this method is good? Okay. So this is one of the reason when somebody asks for a particular question, is there any other method? I generally don't want to say there is no other method. I want to say I don't know any other method if I don't know. Because for example, this question, if somebody knows this method, fine. Otherwise, they will think the other method very lengthy and they have to do all that. Maybe sometimes I feel some other questions we are doing lengthy. There may be some other shorter ways, maybe. You don't know. Okay, anybody is not clear about this point? Okay, I'm going to erase this whole thing. Okay. You can write next point or something. There are two parabolas. In the previous question when that I asked, actually there are two answers, one parabola on this side, one parabola on this side. There are two parabolas with axis as Lx plus My plus N1 equal to 0. Tangent at vertex as Mx minus Ly plus N2 equal to 0. And length of lattice rectum is 4a. Okay. Their equations are now distance to axis first. So Lx plus My plus N by root over L square plus M square whole square equal to plus or minus 4a into Mx minus Ly plus N2 by root over M square plus L square. Okay. Whatever explained in words, the previous statement, this is in terms of equations. If you want, you can even draw one figure of like this with two parabolas. This is the tangent vertex. These are the two foci. This is Lx plus My plus N1 equal to 0. This is Mx minus Ly plus N2 equal to 0. This is A. Length of lattice rectum is 4. Okay, next question. Find, that is next based on this, find vertex, equation of axis, comma, length of lattice rectum, focus, and directrix of parabola x square plus 2xy plus y square minus 16x plus 16y plus 64 equal to 0. So in the beginning of the IP exercise, we are done for parabola finding vertex, axis, and all that. But in all those questions, there is no xy term, right? Okay. But here we have xy term. It's a rotated, translated one. Then how to deal with this? Whenever you take a parabola, or especially rotated one, and another one. The second degree terms will always form perfect square. That is because you know h square equal to AB, right? So these three are perfect square, which you will get x plus 2y whole, x plus y whole square. This is sent to the other side, all these, and take 16 common, we'll get x minus y minus 4. Are these lines perpendicular lines, these two?
Yes, sir.
Now I have to convert into like this. This should be in distance form. So I should divide with what here?
Root 2.
Root 2.
Here also I should get. So you have to adjust into that form. Okay, so when I divide with root 2, it will become x plus y by root 2 whole square. If I divide with 2 here, I have to divide with 2 here, that is 8, and divide and multiply with root 2. So it will be 8 root 2 into x minus y minus 4 by root 2. Okay, now it is nicely in our distance to axis whole square equal to length of lattice rectum into distance to tangent vertex and all that. So can I say now x plus y equal to 0 is axis? X minus y minus 4 equal to 0 is tangent at vertex, and length of lattice rectum, that is 4a, is equal to 8 root 2. Now, if you solve these two, you'll get vertex. What is the vertex? If you solve these two, what is the vertex?
Two comma minus 2.
2 comma minus 2. Yes. Okay. You try to find other details. Tomorrow, after discussing parabola IP doubts and objectives up to 40 doubts and circles, if any advanced material and all doubts are there. Tomorrow morning class only doubts. Parabola IP first exercise doubts. Ascent mains material parabola first 40 question doubts. Anybody tried past year mains questions, circles, advanced material, all doubts tomorrow I'll discuss. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So class is over. If you just copy this, you can leave. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.